Hello and welcome to the morning show team of RevSportz. A very good morning to all of you present. Yesterday, IPL started and we have lots to talk about it. Gujarat Titans started off where they left last season, and today is a double header day. And to discuss, we have Devashish Sen joining us, and after Mukhopadhyay will also join in a couple of minutes.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
Rohan.
good morning, good morning, Devashish. Gujarat Titans started off where they left last season. Great start for them. Overall, looked a balanced side. What's your thought on their performance?
Yeah, absolutely. And see, even the likes of Tiwatia and Rashid Khan clinching the match, we must admit Chennai were 10 to 15 runs short. Means as Moin Ali during the innings break
Hmm.
did admit that they were 10 to 15 because at the halfway stage they looked like posting a total around 200, but which was not the case because the Gujarat Titans in those middle and Sami, Rashid Khan, they were all brilliant. So especially if you ask me, Rashid is still one of the best bowlers in this format. So Gujarat Titans, sorry,
still
all
the
runs
WPL, still the WPL hangover is not
WPL
done.
hangover. Right,
Yes.
right, right, right.
And absolutely. And coming to Dhoni, we were talking. You were discussing about Dhoni's performance, whether he should or not continue or not. But yesterday's performance, apart from that six, do you think it was a uh, I would say hangover of not playing so many days, and he will recover from that because that miss also in wicket keeping position. So, do you think it was something that he has not played for so many days? That was the reason.
I totally agree with you, and it's because see this team at least they would want at least a few matches, like so
Yeah,
Ambati Raidu or a Dhoni who doesn't play often. But it was quite bizarre to send Ravindra Jadeja so deep down. Means I for one would have loved to see Jadeja being sent up the order because he's the batter in form. He has done well ever since he has come back from injury. So I would have thought that Chennai Super Kings would have sent Ravindra Jadeja up the order.
absolutely. And coming to Gujarat's impact player, Sai Sudarshan, he has got some quick runs getting into the match, but Kane Williamson's injury forced it, or do you see if Kane Williamson was also playing, he would have got a chance in some other places, other players' place? Do you think Sai Sudarshan would have got the chance, or it was a forced substitution?
Definitely, it was a forced substitution because obviously Ken Williamson was in the 11, so he would
Yeah.
have definitely batted. Um,
No, if not Kane Williamson, do you think Sai
Obviously,
Sudarshan
yeah.
could have
Sai
got
Sudarshan has
another?
done with 22 runs of 17 balls. Means,
Yeah,
this was not the case with the CSK the impact player.
yeah, yeah,
Obviously, he went in for a lot of runs, 51 runs. So something that the teams will be eager to watch out for because this impact player rule means obviously as for Chennai Super Kings, he did not. The Deshpande went in for a lot of runs. Means
yeah,
51 runs of 2.2 overs is a lot. Means obviously you want. Then what is the impact that he has played? Hardly any. Obviously
yeah.
he did pick one wicket at that of Shubman Gill, but then mm, mm, uh, impact player should be one who the teams reckon that can change the course of the match or
Absolutely.
that's the reason it's called impact player. So
So.
the teams have to
Yeah.
be putting in a lot of thought.
Yeah, because impact player should be impactful and not for the sake of changing the player. So that's a thing. We'll talk about today's matches also. We have two back-to-back games. Quite a busy day, but from yesterday's match, Shubman Gill. Do you think going forward he is the next big thing in Indian cricket?
Absolutely, Rohan. Absolutely. Your smile says it all. Means obviously Shubman Gill is a big means he's the future captain. Means, I was reading somewhere means about Shubman Gill. In fact, Kane Williamson was asked. Kane Williamson was asked in one of the press conference not pre-match, in the press conferences, what he thinks of Shubman Gill, the form he is in across formats, not only just one format but across formats. And definitely Ken Williamson believes that he has all the qualities to be a good leader, and which is one means obviously Shubman Gill is in the making of. It's not quite right now, but he will definitely go on to play for at least 10-15 years. So definitely he's a captaincy material.
Absolutely, and I just love the way he bats so smoothly, just so soothing to the eyes.
And let's be honest. Let's also admit that Rituraj Gaikwad as well. He was
Absolutely
very
fantastic.
so obviously
He
his
was fantastic.
timing, his elegance, and we saw two batters, two youngsters who batted brilliantly.
Absolutely.
Obviously, they made it made batting look so easy. It was all class from Rituraj
And
Gaikwad and
apart
Shubman
from
Gill.
Victor is none other than performed in the team. So
Yes,
that is
that's
also a
going to be
concern.
helping Chennai Super Kings throughout,
Yeah,
because see their batters talking about Ambati Raidu, even obviously the fact that Ben Stokes did not click yesterday, yeah, last night, but definitely I think Chennai Super Kings will be found wanting time and again in in this season. But at least they need a few more matches before they regroup.
absolutely. And talking about today's games, Punjab Kings versus KKR. KKR going to Mohali. Uh, Overall, if you say do keep Punjab in the driving seat in today's game, though Punjab has not made the playoffs in the recent years. The last time
2014. Last time they made it to the playoffs was 2014.
2014, yeah. So they have not made the playoffs, but keeping in this squad, in today's match, do you keep Punjab in the driving seat?
No, Rohan. If you
No.
ask me, I would not say. I would say I would rather put my money on KKR, because Punjab Kings has several players missing out. Obviously, Bairstow is ruled out for entire season.
Mm.
Livingstone not available for the first two matches. Rabada not there as well, because South African players will only arrive after the first week. So I think lot to think about as far as Punjab Kings is concerned.
Okay. In KKR also, who are the players that you look forward to in today's match? Because they also will be missing out on Shreyas Iyer and all, but Dredas will play the impact role in today's game.
I would say, Rohan, if you ask me, that's a very tricky one. That's a very tricky one. Who KKR will choose as an impact player? Um, but I would rather have someone like Ramanullah Gurbaz as an impact player.
I was going to ask that question, and you took my question away. Ramanullah Gudbaz, I am looking forward to looking that young guy, and I have not seen him play that much, but I have. I was talking with Shubhan one day, and he said, and he's one player to look out for, and he's a hard hitter, as he said, and
Yeah, absolutely. And he has recently won a series against Pakistan, so the
absolutely,
confidence will be high. And he's a very attacking player at the top. So KKR, I don't know. KKR has another option as well. They also have Jagadishan, who has the highest listed score. So he is someone who has KKR has brought into that squad. So those are the two options as far as the opening order is concerned: Ramanunal Gurvas and Jagdishan to pick out from.
yeah. And you have one surprise in couple of minutes. You will see, but yeah, son. So Boryada is here. Good morning, Boryada.
Morning,
Good morning.
morning. Mama, is
Morning.
Kolkata winning?
So I
Absolutely. That's what I have said, Rohan. I would rather bank on KKR instead of Punjab, because Punjab Kings does miss several key players, with Bairstow missing out throughout the season, Livingstone not available, Rabada missing. So I think that
Can I
Punjab
say
Kings.
something? Can I say
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
something? Let us do a fantasy masterclass in the next 10 minutes. I think it will be good for everybody. Mama also will be a convert from today. What kind of team, how to play fantasy, and just like he was saying, so key players missing out. While chatting, we can also throw in a little bit of fantasy. What do you say, Mama?
हो जाए हो
Absolutely.
जाए I am always up for fantasy because I really love it.
And if
So
you
okay,
see, if you see, I mean, these matches you can actually now start to play with a lot of intent because see, a lot of you guys were saying, but the fantasy teams haven't taken into account the impact player. You said it right,
yeah,
but think about this: the fantasy teams haven't taken into account, and you're right. But if say Devashish is being replaced, okay, Devashish is being or me, I'm being replaced. It means if I'm in your team, I will not be able to add value in the second innings when I'm replaced or whenever I am replaced. So even if they are not taking into account impact player, whoever is playing will lose out.
Yes.
Will 100% lose out. So for example, Ambati Raidu not taking a single catch and Tushar Deshpande coming in, you will lose out. So in your mind, you
you
will
have to
have
think
to
of
judge this because the game has become far more complex. And that I was thinking last night that how does one play this game now? It's different compared to what it was earlier.
absolutely. I would add on to this example. I remember that Barcelona versus Bayern Munich match 8-2, where Barcelona were thrashed 8-2. In that match, those people who won actually that game in fantasy had Coutinho as the captain, who was not in the first playing 11. Coutinho came in as a sub and then scored 2 goals and gave 1 assist. So
See, that is what it is all about. You can it is a different game and look how much money is riding on it. I mean, if KKR wins today, I know Devashish will bring me a dark chocolate, which he does every day. I mean, it is brilliant. So, with this team, that is the whole point. I mean, can KKR do the job or not do the job? Anyway,
okay, so Devashish, your wicketkeeper picks Rahman Gurbaz or Rajapaksha.
Yeah, obviously both will play. If you ask me, both Rajapaksha. In fact, if you ask me, might go in with three overseas cricketer because we don't have the options. If it means, and by picking three overseas players, you can actually change one overseas cricketer with as an impact player. So I think if you ask me, it means they would ideally Matthew. They can go in with Matthew Short, who has been one of the players to watch out for because he was the player of the tournament in the BBL. Matthew Short, Rajapaksha, and Nathan Ellis. And then you can change it with an overseas player or maybe a Sikandar Raja to start with. Sikandar Raja, Rajapaksha, and Matthew Short, and then you can have the impact player as Nathan Ellis coming in if they bowl second. Boriada,
I
do you
think it
agree?
makes a lot of sense. I think it makes a lot of sense because Nathan Ellis, with his Yorkers and his ability to pick wickets, is an excellent choice. Excellent choice. I mean, I will absolutely have Nathan Ellis in my mix. But what you can't do is you can't mess around with your impact player and make a mistake because it might cost you the game, like it did for Chennai Super Kings yesterday with
Yes.
Tushar Deshpande going for so many runs. You know, that is where this whole tendency of I will play for foreigners and then try an Indian impact player. That now this is where skill comes in. Curb your tendency. Go in with three foreign. Why are you going in with four? Don't go
Absolutely.
with four. Go with three. Now the main thing is for teams, go with three foreigners. Get one extra Indian fellow, replace a foreign batter with a bowler, replace a foreign bowler with a batter, and you have it done. So if you ask me what is the impact player strategy in 2 sentences, the strategy is three foreigners, not four. The strategy is don't depend on all-rounders, not needed. Because that all-round
Absolutely.
ability is not needed. You can get a specialist team. Why do you need an all-rounder anymore? I will bat, Devashish will bowl. These are the two lessons. Yesterday, what are my lessons from impact player? These are the two lessons. Simple. I don't need a all-rounder. I don't. I don't need four foreigners. I need three. If I play three, I know I'm playing four. I'm actually playing four because I need a batter in the first half and a bowler in the second, or a bowler in the first half and a batter in the second. So I'm getting the service of four foreigners. So all that you need to do is think the impact player, and you got it right.
Absolutely.
And Boyer, talking aside of fantasy cricket, so do you think the the all-rounders, the full-time all-rounders will also lose their importance going forward?
Absolutely, they have. Well, I mean, Why do you pick an all-rounder? You pick an all-rounder because you think, okay, this guy will do both for me. Now I will go in with a specialist batter who will
Yeah.
bat for me, and I will go with a specialist bowler who will be replaced halfway. He will come and bowl for me. Why do I need to depend on an all-rounder anymore? I mean, that is what I'm continuously saying to you. The two lessons are three foreigners and no more dependence on all-rounders. You have it worked out now. If you do that, you have got the impact player right.
Absolutely. Devashish, your captains. Who are your captains today?
You mean Fantasy 11?
In fantasy? We are talking about fantasy only.
This is good. Devashish is on the spot now.
Yeah, I would rather go in with Shikhar Dhawan because he is yes, true the fact that he has not scored in last 11 innings. He has not scored a 50 rather 5-6 innings, but I would still, because he's a proven performer when it comes to IPL, means scoring 500 plus runs means consistently on. So I would if you ask me the captain, I would straight away go with Shikhar Dhawan.
But a small fun fact about Shikhar Dhawan as a captain in IPL: in 11 appearances as the captain, he has not scored a 50. Shikhar Dhawan.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Buryada?
I'll go with Russell because at the start of the tournament he's fit. 5 matches into the tournament he will be unfit. So then, I mean, when Devashish showed me those visuals of Eden Gardens, which he covered every day, you could see Russell hit. You could see him running into bowl. If he bowls, what does he bowl? He will bowl 1 over in the power play, 1 in the middle, and 2 at the death. So he will bowl overs number 18 and 20. If he bowls over number 18 and 20, I can bet my bottom dollar he will pick wickets. Because people will try to hit him and give him a wicket, and he will bowl the short ball. Absolutely, he will bowl the short ball. So if you think, he will have every chance of picking wickets. And in this KKR batting order, he might just bat 1 notch higher, giving him that opportunity. And Mohali is a high scoring ground, giving him that opportunity to have impact with the bat as well. So overall, Russell is a good captaincy candidate, at least for this match.
Okay. We talk in IPL. We talk about the domestic players, and they really make a difference. Everyone picks the big names, but the domestic player, one good performance makes a difference. So Devashish, coming to you, Prav Singh. He had a good season in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, and he has in T20 domestic. He has the third best strike rate. So your thoughts on such young talents in domestic one? They will make the difference. Another one, Jitesh Sharma, he had a great domestic season.
In fact, Jitesh Sharma as well, and also KKR might throw in Shreyas Sharma, the mystery spinner. Obviously, he was bowling for.
I haven't seen him, Devashish. I haven't seen him. You interviewed him also the other day. I saw your interview. Give me a little bit more on this guy.
Yeah, obviously, he is a bit quick in action, like someone like a Ravi Bishnoi. He runs in and he just bowls, and he has good variety. He has a flipper, he has a googly, and also his strength is he's not afraid of flighting the ball. Means obviously giving that rip and air. So I think KKR has invested in a very good bowler in Shreyas Sharma, and if you ask me, he can be your impact player. Means obviously if KKR is bowling second, actually you can drop in a batter and get him to bowl because he will give you those 4 overs definitely. So, and it is an unknown element, so definitely that's a very good option for KKR.
Absolutely, and these unknown talents in the beginning of the season, I don't know where they will go at the end of the season, but in the beginning of the season, these unknown talents pick up really good wickets. So they are a great opportunity option to have in the fantasy team.
And as Buryada said, for Fantasy 11, you must pick a Shreyas Sharma because you never know. Because hardly people will go in with a star player. So Shreyas Sharma, that unknown element, first match, he can give you the maximum points.
This is in a minor league. You know why? Because in a minor league, when you are playing with less number of people, because in a major league, when you're playing with sort of millions, that is when you take this part. Because everybody will go in with a Russell as captain. Even if I go in with, how will I win? But if I go in with a Shreyas Sharma as captain, and this fellow picks up 4 wickets, gone, and I've leapfrogged everybody and come into the first position. That is how. So in a major league, you take exactly what Mama said. He is clearly learning on the job. That's how you play fantasy. In a minor league, when the three of us are playing, and I
Yeah,
make Surya Sharma a captain, and he gets hit out, I will lose to both of you. So I will make Russell captain and play safe. So that is
yeah,
the idea of playing. I mean, don't go in with one fantasy team. Try and play the multiple leagues that are available there. Put in 100 rupees if you want, and then break it down, and then at the end of the day you will know, you will recover. So that's the art of playing fantasy. You must know your players, you must know
absolutely.
what is happening, what is not happening, who is a possible replacement. I think this impact player has made fantasy much more fun than it was getting boring.
It was getting boring for you because you always win.
Yeah, it was disgusting. I mean, everybody, you could see. I mean, I would play, and everybody now they would just sort of follow some teams and tips and put in the teams. That is not the fun. Now it's real skill. Okay, X
Yeah,
will get replaced. Y will get replaced. Will I do this or will I do not do this? This is fun.
Now, what was
well,
the what
well,
was the logic was, as Boriada rightly said, as far as an impact player, straight away going with three overseas players.
Exactly,
Going with three
exactly.
overseas players, and you can actually change in the second innings with an overseas player. Maybe a batter to bat if you are batting fast, going with a batter. When you are bowling fast, going with a specialist bowler who will give you those four overs and give two
Exactly.
to.
I mean, that is why I thought Gujarat made a mistake yesterday. I
Yes,
thought, I mean, they got lucky because that boundary went off MS Dhoni's pad. I mean, that had it been the MS Dhoni of 5 years back, he would have stopped that boundary. And that one shot of Rashid Khan. Otherwise, that match had been tight. I thought they should not go with four players. All you need to do is three and then change one. Finished. You got the services of four. Put in one Indian fellow. That should be the pattern. If you really decode impact player. And
yeah,
why? Because you are not allowing more than four foreigners. That is the trick. If you had allowed more than four foreigners, then you could have gone in with four and five. But now, because it's three, go in with three. Go in with one specialist batter, and you know in your mind, I will replace this guy with this.
absolutely,
Finished.
absolutely.
That's it.
absolutely, absolutely. And we have,
Only when you
yeah,
are totally sure of having sure of the four foreign overseas cricketer, yes, fair enough. But straight away, if you ask me, going with three overseas cricketer.
absolutely. And we have another game also today in the second half, LSG versus TC. But before that, Devashish, last thoughts on the first match, Venkatesh Iyer.
Oh, very
He
good
has,
question.
Obviously, he did when he first made it to the Indian team. Means obviously he actually there was so much talk about Venkatesh Iyer, but last season he hasn't been consistent. So this time round he will have he will be batting at the top, opening the batting. So it's a perfect opportunity, win-win situation for him. And if he can make it count, obviously he can bowl as well. So Venkatesh Iyer, the all-rounder, it's a huge season for him, as is the case with other Indians in the fray as well.
I
yeah,
think Devashish is 100% right. The Venkatesh Iyer is a good friend of mine, and I can tell you this: he's got a good brain. He will know what his limitations are. He will know why he has failed. He would have analyzed it, and he'll come back strong. He's got a good brain, And at the top of the order, he's got that ability to hit the ball also, and he will bowl his four overs. If he does bowl and get some wickets, his batting will also improve. That will touch on his batting. So I think Venkatesh Iyer, if KKR has to do well in the absence of Shreyash Iyer, Venkatesh Iyer has to step up.
and he had a quite a good season in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy also last season, uh, especially the match
And you
versus
know what? I
Rajasthan.
also think without bat blinking, KKR should start with Sunil Narayan. KKR should open with Sunil Narayan blanket. Why? Because Sunil Narayan will come first ball six, second ball bold. Doesn't matter. Sunil Narayan is not important at number 8 or number 9. He will not bat. He will not contribute. Put him at the top of the order. Out of the 14 games, 3 games he will fire. But in the 3 games that he fires, he will get you a 30 of 10 balls. And in the 30 of 10 balls, he will get to a start and you will win those matches. So KKR, for Sunil Narayan, the batter, KKR should put him at the top and go say, hello, from ball one hit. Comes off,
Absolutely.
doesn't come off, no problem. But go there and start hitting.
And when he hits, he gets a over or two, and he makes 30, 35 runs,
That's
and
it.
that's
That's
the
it.
job
Because he
done.
will stand back. and all of us know what shots he will hit. He will stand back and he will tonk it there, right? So the moment the bowler is not too fast, when you are playing against a Rabada, it's a problem. It is a problem. But when you are playing against a Chennai Super Kings, no real fast bowler. Deepak Chahar 138-35. Tushar Deshpande 138-39. So nobody 145 plus. Nobody. That is when Sunil Narayan is at his destructive best. Absolute destructive best. So pick your sides and put Sunil Narayan there.
Okay. And coming to the next game today, in the second half, LSG versus DC. All eyes will be on Nicholas Puran with that humongous sum he roped in the auction.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think this is as another example of our team. Maybe we might definitely see so into the second game. LSD going with three overseas players in Kyle Mayers, Stoinis, and Wood. In fact, Puran, if you're batting fast, if Punjab is batting fast, going with the Puran and get Wood in the second half
Not Punjab, LSG.
as an impact player. So I think ideally for LSD, they should go in with three overseas cricketers.
He's
Kyle
absolutely
Mayers,
dead right. He's
absolutely.
dead right. I mean,
Bhuriya,
I would have said exactly the same. If you are bowling first, it is Mark Wood and these two fellows, Kyle Mayers and Stoinis, and then replace Mark Wood and get in Nicholas Puran. Job done.
Absolutely.
You are actually
Absolutely.
getting the services of 4 players for 3. That's it. Finished. Because all you need to do is smart. And Gautam is. Gautam and Andy Flower both are pretty smart people. Having said that, today I'm not supporting anyone. I mean, I anyway don't support. But LSG is my friend Sanjeev Goenka's team. Some of the fellows are very good friends of mine, like Krunal and KL and others. And on the other hand, DC, how can you not support my friend David Warner? I mean, I know what it means to him. Saurav Ganguly, Joydeep Mukherjee, I am torn. Whoever wins, India wins. That's what I keep saying every day. We are having pies tonight.
but if DC wins, Joydipta must bring us the jerseys.
Anyway, we will get jerseys. Saurabh will give jerseys. Parth will give jerseys. Don't worry about jerseys. Jerseys, Devashish will get you.
Okay, but Boyada, do you think LSG management puts too much on Nicholas's batting because anyway they have KL Rahul, Quinton de Kock in the wicket keeping options?
No, but they did not have a finisher who could hit. Last year, the only thing that they were lacking, and for some baffling reason, they were putting Marcus Stoinis at 7 or 8. It was far too low. Marcus Stoinis last year was batting far too low and why? Because they did not have a hitter. So they were holding back to Marcus Stoinis to come and do the job. They were getting Deepak Hooda in. And the moment Deepak Hooda was getting out, all of a sudden there was a lull. Marcus Stoinis was far too low. Now with Nick Puran, they know that they can put a Nick Puran there and then Stoinis, or Stoinis and then Nick Puran. All of a sudden the balance is that much better. And last year, if you think, there was no Mark Wood, so they would go Dushmantha Chamira and Chamira would go for runs. But Mark Wood, 150 kilometers an hour against anybody, that's where the difference is. 140 and 150 is a massive difference. Mark Wood, 5-6 matches out of 14, he will get you multiple wickets.
Okay. Devashish, coming to you, Mohsin Khan missing out with an injury and might be out for maximum period of the season. Andy Flower also said it's a big blow for the team. Your thoughts on that? Mohsin Khan missing out?
Yeah, it's a bit of a blow, but they have that firepower. If you look at their bowling, obviously they have brought in Jaidev Unadkat, left armer. Obviously you have an Avesh Khan, then Mark Wood, Ravi Bishnoi, Krunal Pandya, Prerak Mankat. So they have that variety. They have that variety in the bowling. Obviously Mohsin Khan, he was one of the player performers in the last season. So. Yeah, and Andy Flower did say, means anyway he is not too concerned because now that he is not available, because bowling does have the firepower, does have the variety as well.
I think Devashish is again right. I mean, if you look at that bowling attack, there is a hell lot of variety. Ravi Bishnoi leg spin plus that faster flipper, Krunal Pandya left arm spin. You've got a Prerak Mankad in. You've got an Avesh Khan who will want to prove his point and make a comeback into the Indian team. You've got somebody like a Jaidev who is 200 times a better bowler now, has the beautiful slower ball, can bat lower down the order. And you've, of course, got an express in Mark Wood. So if you see, you have fast, you have left arm spinner, you have leg spinner, you have every bit, and you have a Deepak Hooda's off spin, couple of overs if you need to. So you have that off-spin all-rounder as well in Deepak Hooda, and you have Krunal. So you have every base covered for LSG. It's a good side. It is a very good side. If they muck up, that's different. But with Decock and Rahul, you have a left-right, two top batters. You have a Hooda. You have Puran. You have Stoinis. Oh, I didn't mention Stoinis. He's opening the bowling for Australia, for God's sake. So the number of people there is fabulous. And Marcus, I know Marcus because Marcus is somebody I'm genuinely good friends with. So I know last year he was very disappointed at having not been able to do much for his team. He will want to make a point this time around.
Okay. And we don't have much time left, but last questions on this IPL second game. DC's wicket-keeping change. Abhishek Patel got in, but do you think he will play or
Straight away,
Sarfaraz?
Sarfaraz Khan.
Sarfaraz. Yeah.
Sarfaraz Khan. And DC is a very, very straightforward call. If you ask me about the impact here, if Delhi bats first, Prithvi Shaw. If Delhi bats second, Ishant Sharma. Means Delhi has the 4 overseas cricketers sorted because they have a David Warner, they have a Mitchell Marsh, they have a Riley Russo, and they have a Robman Powell. Straight away going with these overseas cricketers, and obviously I would love to watch out for is Aman Khan. Means boy, he can hit, and he's a decent bowler as well. Means obviously for Mumbai, and so and Saurav and Ricky Ponting are banking on him. Means in the pre-match whatever the interactions with the media, they have always stressed the importance of Aman Khan. So they have picked him. And as far as the bowling also, that Delhi Capitals bowling also has quite a few options. Obviously, Chetan Sakaria, Khalil Ahmed, Kuldeep Yadav, Akshar Patel, and you have Kamlesh Nagarkoti and Ishant Sharma. Obviously, if they bowl second, you can get in those 4. But Ishant, you never know because I have a question whether Ishant can deliver. Obviously, he hasn't played as was the case with Dhoni and the Ambati Raidus. So, but as far as the foreigners overseas, I think Delhi will definitely go in with 4 overseas cricketers.
I think Delhi has the best batting attack in the tournament. Bowling is a problem. If you see this bowling attack, it's a problem. Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, there's 2 top people to bank on because they're India spinners and on a wicket. That is why I want to see what wicket they make. Will they make a wicket that suits these fellows? Because home and away allows you to do that. So that is where Delhi should be able to use their spinners better. But if you look at that batting lineup, boy, Prithvi Shaw, David Warner, Robman Powell, Mitchell Marsh, Riley Russo, one after the Akshar Patel also. I mean, everybody will come and hit the ball out of the park. And one fellow gets going. One chap out of those top 6 get going, they'll kill you. So the Delhi batting attack is something, and imagine Rishabh is missing. Sarfaraz Khan also was. Sarfaraz Khan thrown in. So, it is an incredible batting lineup.
Okay, so Boya the captain in this match, and we'll move to the next one.
This is an emotional one. This is an emotional one. Difficult to not make Devi captain, but if you really sort of go through that lineup, there are quite a few options actually. As far as Lucknow is concerned, there are options. KL Rahul will keep, which means he has the opportunity of getting a couple of catches. KL Rahul, always a captaincy option, always. Deepak Hooda, if Deepak Hooda bowls a couple of overs of off spin and picks you a wicket and he will bat 3 or 4, is definitely a captaincy option. Marcus Stoinis, depends on where he bats. If he bats slightly higher, 5, and then he bowls his 3-4 overs, is a captaincy option. So in this game at least, there are many captaincy options, but you want to punt, go with Prithvi Shaw. Go with Shaw, and if Mark Wood doesn't pick him, because he is against Mark Wood's express pace, might have an issue. But if Mark Wood doesn't pick him, David Warner told me in Australia, Debashish was there, that he has never seen anyone with better hand-eye than Prithvi Shaw in his entire life. So Prithvi Shaw, watch out for that fellow.
Debashish, your captain?
Yeah, I'm little bit picking what Buriada is saying. Obviously, you should always go in with a player with a multiple quality. Obviously, as is the case with KL Rahul, he can keep.
Okay. The safest option for Debashish Sen, safest I know he might not bowl full, is Mitchell Marsh.
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
he gets 2 wickets and job done.
Job done.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And we'll have lots of discuss on the IPL in the pre-show also, 3 p.m. But before that, before we end, Buryada, Devashish, to you both, Kerala Blasters match we have seen 3rd March in the ISL, they had forfeited. And yesterday, the AFF disciplinary committee gave the verdict. The KBFC have been fined 4 crores with a
Yes.
period of 1 week, and to give the public apology. If not presented within 1 week, then it goes up to 6 crores. And even head coach Vukomanovic also have been fined with 5 lakhs and 10 match ban with a public apology. And if not given within 1 week, then the money fine amount rises. Your thoughts too harsh, or it was a good one
No, good
for
call. You
you?
can't walk away. You can't make a fool of the fans and everybody and make a mockery of the league. Whatever goal, not goal, umpire gives you out. What nonsense are you doing by walking out? I mean, that is not sport. You're playing sport in front of millions of your supporters. The Manjapada, you are playing in front of them. Kerala Blasters has one of the greatest fan bases. What lesson are you putting out in front of these fellows who are kids? You can't do that. So absolutely the correct call. Ultimately, the Gujarat wins, Chennai wins, Kerala Blasters wins, Kolkata wins. How does it matter? Sport is about life. Sport is a life lesson. It teaches you how to lose. What does Abhinav Bindra say? It teaches you how to lose. If you don't know how to lose, if you've not learned how to lose, what are you a sports person? It is about a life lesson. You will win tomorrow. But that doesn't make you a better human being. What nonsense was walking out? So absolutely the
Absolutely.
correct call.
Devashish, coming to you, your thoughts on that, on the decision.
Absolutely, I totally agree with Buryada. I mean, obviously, you cannot walk away. Means obviously, you have such a huge fan base, and what message are you giving to your fans? Means Kerala Blasters, apart from Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, and Bengaluru FC, has the biggest. You must also agree, has the biggest fan support. Means so.
Fabulous, fabulous
No way.
fan support. Okay. Puyada, thoughts on PV Sindhu, and we'll close it. She has made to the semi-finals, and
Yes, yes, and if you see the second game yesterday, I was actually watching with our pre-show. She was down into the in the interval 11-6 against Mia Blichfeld, and then to come back from being down 6-11 to win 21-17 in the second game after winning the first 21-14 was signs of PV Sindhu coming back. And what was going for her, she was starting to smash. She was pushing Mia Blichfeld back, getting control and smashing her way to points. That is the Sindhu we want. Tonight against the Singapore girl, who is now number 15 also, it should be a reasonably good match. I want and I hope PV Sindhu wins because it will then be a setup with Carolina Marin. But Sindhu playing more and more competitive matches is the best sign for India. She's clearly on a comeback trail.
absolutely. And the Sudirman Cup coming up, important one, Olympic qualifier. We need her back in the old form that we know. So thank you, Devashish, for joining. Thank you, Purela, for joining. It was a lovely to chat with you, and we'll be back with the pre-match IPL show 3 p.m. and we have lots to discuss on that, and we have lots of stories coming up. The yesterday's match, not match report, but a review, and then today's match is preview. So keep watching our website. Also, keep following our website. Lots coming up. So thank you for joining. We'll be back again. Thank you.